you're looking for a vehicle that suits your family's lifestyle but doesn't suit the soccer mom stereotype, look no further than the 2025 Kia Carnival. Now, if you've been watching our channel for a while, you may know that we do very, very long walkthroughs. Today's video is just about what's new for the 2025 model, and hint, there's a lot. So we got an exterior and an interior refresh. The front end looks completely different. So the first thing you may notice is this bold amber style daytime running light with vertically stacked LEDs. Aesthetically, this car has transformed itself a little bit, and the best part is it still doesn't look like a typical van. It's still sleek, it's still sporty, and it's standard with a ton of tech and safety functions. Now this is the SX Plus model, so it has everything you can want and more. And when it comes to safety, we have some functions that we've never had before in the Carnival, like forward collision avoidance level 2 and highway drive assist level 2. You may be hearing me say that and think, Gabby, what could that possibly be? And the answer is it's advancements of the safety functions you've loved from the past generation. We now have things like evasive steering assistance, machine learning, and automated lane changes, all while still housing things like a forward collision avoidance that warns you from pedestrians and cyclists. You also have LED fog lights and a beautiful brand new chrome grille. So it's not overly chromy, we still have a hint of some blacked out finish, that 360 camera that we've had in the past with a forward facing one as well too. Front parking sensors, but brand new this year, we also get them on the side. Speaking of the side, we have some fresh new wheel designs. So this is the beautiful blacked out 19-inch alloy available for the SX Plus trim. And you've heard me say blacked out. Your wish is my command. We now have a dark trim level as well too. So you'll notice on your mirrors, we don't have shiny chrome. It's almost more of a dark chrome finish that also translates to the hot topic of our chrome piece here. So let's close our door. Sorry, this is a quick fire video. Again, we have done a more in depth, but this almost hearse-like accent that we've had in the past has now been dark or trimmed out for the SX and SX Plus trim, which was a common thing we got asked about in the past generations. We also have a little bit more convenience when it comes to our door handles. You may notice that we don't have a black button on the driver or passenger side front door. We now have an indent, and that is just going to be an easier way to get in and out of your car. Essentially, you just stick your hand behind here, as long as the key's on you, unlocks and locks for you. And we have digital key to touch, meaning you can start, unlock, and drive your car by using your phone or smartwatch. So a ton of new tech and safety functions there. Coming up to the back of the car, we also have rear parking sensors and brand new, a digital rear view mirror camera. So that's going to be utilized right over here. And essentially, when we hop inside, you'll see that you don't just have a regular rear view mirror, we now have a digitized one as well too. That's going to show you 6 lanes worth of footage. It is great if you do have a full house in this vehicle, because or else heads would be in the way. I'll open up the liftgate real quick. We still have, of course, a power liftgate function. And when it comes to seating, you get 7 or 8 seats. Sorry, I set this to a low height. So 7 or 8 seats. This is the SX Plus, which is your 7-seater configuration. This is a huge deal because, hear me out, in the past, I always had customers ask me if they could get the top of the line model with all the bells and whistles, but they didn't want those captain's chairs. They wanted as many seats as they possibly could. We now have in Canada something called an SX and an SX Plus trim. SX Plus means 7 seats with the VIP loungers. SX means all the tech of the other trims, plus 8 seats. So you still get those removable seats that you can configure to however you like and whatever suits your family best. But what's new for the interior? Charlotte's got us covered.
If you love the exterior of this vehicle, you're absolutely going to love the refresh and what they've done on the interior. And a lot of it comes down to the actual layout. You can see that we have a ton of space in here, but I must say the belle of the ball has got to be the screens that we have. In this model, we have dual 12.3-inch screens. They're operating with Kia and Hyundai's new software, which has the capacity for over-the-air updates, which is definitely a big deal. But you want to know what the biggest deal is? It actually has to do with this button right here, and that is the inclusion of wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I absolutely love how this screen is laid out. I love that we have navigation, that wireless CarPlay that I mentioned, and just the overall look and accessibility of it. Of course, you're still going to be able to access all of your favorite controls that we've seen before, like passenger view, ambient lighting, but what's new is we also have controls for our second row seating. So from here, not only can I control the actual seating configuration, but also if I want them heated or ventilated, which is pretty cool if you ask me. It also drops down, which is pretty sweet, and this screen is going to work really well with our heads-up display because you can actually have your navigation projected onto your heads-up display in addition to some of your other safety information that Gabby showed us as we were going around the vehicle, which is pretty cool. I really love the layout of this vehicle. I love that we get to see the inclusion of the switchable infotainment and climate control cluster. That's a mouthful for sure. And it is really easy to use even if it looks intimidating. Something I love about the Carnival that we definitely get to see this year is the search function, because it makes a lot of this new tech or different looking tech a lot easier to use, because I can simply search for something that I want to find. Now up top, Gabby showed us the camera on the rear of the vehicle, but let's see what it looks like in action on the interior. This is your digital rear view mirror, which is again going to show you the projection of what's outside in real time, which is really cool. The best part is it's not like it takes away from your regular rear view mirror, it just simply enhances it, which I think is really cool. But there is one change that we get to see in the back seat, and what is that, Gabby?
So we now have the inclusion of, where is it? Right over there. Our talk button. We actually did have that in the past, but it's now more advanced. So I could actually click the voice command button and say open my window, and it would be able to distinguish whether I'm the left passenger or the right passenger and open the corresponding window, which I think is pretty cool.
Now that's some pretty sweet tech, and if you're wondering, hey, why don't I see my virtual assistant up here? Don't worry, it still is here up top. And again, if you have any questions about some of the tech that is in your car, or if you want to know what your car can do for you, why not ask your virtual assistant? Did you know that it can turn on your heated seats? Did you know that it can open up your tailgate? There's a lot that it can do, and don't let that shock you. Speaking of a lot, Gabby and myself, we post every single day videos, which means we have a lot of Kia and Hyundai content. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and comment on what you want to see next. And of course, we'll see you in our next video. Thanks so much for watching.